What's up, everyone? Wade Willis here doing my playthrough of Umineko, and I believe this is like part 10, and I'm in like chapter 2. We just had confirmed that like 6 people did die from, it looks like candy just exploded out of them, kind of a not fun Halloween party. It's a bit suspicious because to me, I went back, Rosa was there before Beatrice killed them in this strange way. We still don't understand how that really works. And she's acting like she doesn't remember anything. So I don't know if she doesn't remember anything or made a deal with Beatrice. Like, what's going on? But something weird is going on. And yeah, guys, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. And I did switch to the PS3 sprites and everything. And a lot of you guys have been complaining, like asking why I use the other ones, and I thought they looked almost the same. And then now that I caught up to where I basically was, I realized, oh, you guys were right. I should have been using these the whole time. It looks a million times better, especially the backgrounds look like exponentially better. The characters look, to me, kind of similar. I do like this style a little bit better. They don't accentuate the boobs as much, which I do. I am a anime anime titty fan, so whatever. But yeah, the backgrounds and everything is just way better in this. So yeah, thanks for complaining. I know I'm serious. That actually made me go and change this, and I feel like my experience playing this game is going to be a lot better. So thank you guys for that. Go. Yeah, I might have missed a minute or two because I was doing the control thing here and I could not figure out how to go back because my save file was not here. So, bear with me here. Yeah, Jessica coughing. Jessica often said that when her asthma got serious enough, it hurt so bad that it felt like she'd vomit up her whole stomach. Hopefully not candy. Her face was pale and her gaze wavered. And yet, the coughing continued. Even so, her sadness was probably even stronger. After having her sit on the bed, Kanon took a bronchodilator from a cute little basket on a nearby side table and handed it to her. Jessica sometimes forgot to take her medicine with her. Whenever this seemed to have happened, Kanon would notice and secretly carry around an inhaler from the first aid kit in the servant room, that he had done so, but he hadn't done so today. He scolded himself as though wondering if he could call himself furniture after failing to bring it with him on a day like this. How dare you? Then he remembered the day when he'd used that word and somehow betrayed Jessica's feelings. It jarred Kanon's heart, but he felt it would be indiscreet to think about something like that, considering how Jessica felt now. And he locked it up inside the depths of his heart. When she inhaled her medicine, Jessica's wild breathing calmed down bit by bit, and she was finally able to regain her composure. But she lost too much strength and willpower to get caught up from the bed. I mean, that's fair.
丈夫だぜ。
Probably not, but it's fine. Kanon regretted his poor choice of words. Did he really say, "Are you alright" to her? Was he really that clueless of the pain in her heart? This is what made him furniture. This is why he couldn't become human.
廊下におります。ご用がありましたら、すぐにお呼びください。
Please hold me, Kanon. Kanon understood that she needed some time to cry alone. He told her to call him anytime, bowed, and tried to leave the room.
何か。
That dick. Jessica had spoken up as though she wanted him to stop, so Kanon had stopped. If she asks it, I'll do anything to help her. Right now, I become even a cane or a chair if it would help ease the pain in her heart. Kinky. If by doing that I could make up for the pain I dealt to her heart on that day. For a while, Jessica stared into Kanon's eyes. It was as though her reason for stopping him was something she couldn't put into words. For a while, neither spoke. Jessica broke that silence with a small voice.
ごめん。なんでもないぜ。しばらく一人になりたいって。
I don't think anyone should be alone.
一人には
Oops, sorry.
しません。
Oh.
あなたを僕は一人にしない。
Kanon looks like he would be Little Spoon.
だから廊下にいます。いつでも呼んでください。
Just for an instant, it looked like some kind of hope had flitted into Jessica's eyes, but it was very faint and disappeared like the first snow on the surface of a river.
ありがとな。しばらくだけ。はい。失礼します。
Kanon bowed once again and closed the door. He thought those words of his would give her some courage, but now it felt as though they actually hurt her for some reason. Why? He didn't know. Surely that was because he was furniture. No, it's because you're a moron and she wanted you to stay in the room with her. That was why he couldn't grasp human sadness even now. You're about to grasp it when Shannon's killed, I bet. As Kanon repeatedly questioned himself, he walked down the corridor. He felt like the window at the corridor's end was coolly calling him.
僕はやっぱり家具でしかないのか。
It was still pouring outside, a dark gray world. Even on days like this, Shannon would surely see the ocean and know that it was blue. But to my eyes, even if it cleared up, I would only see gray. Until I can understand the blue of the ocean, I'll be nothing but furniture, imitating a person.
本当に女心のわからぬやつよ。
Yeah, you tell him, Beatrice, even though you just killed this girl's family.
ああいう時は黙ってそばにいるのが正解だ。だからゆえに貴様は家具なのよ。
貴様！
There shouldn't have been any trace of human life in this corridor. It had been an empty corridor filled with frigid air. But those scoffing words approached Kanon from behind. When he turned around, he saw that witch. That witch who hadn't shown herself when Jessica had searched for her with rage, bordering on madness, who had left a sneering letter to toy with Jessica.
女の傷つけ方は3つある。特別にわらわが教えてやろう。
Hold on, I need to take notes.
一つは刃物で傷つける。
Alright, that's an obvious one.
一つは心で傷つける。
Okay.
そして最後が一番難しく、一番効果的に傷つけられる。なのに意識せずして傷つけられる。わかるか？
Being a moron?
わかるわけもないし、知りたくもない。
期待を裏切る。だ。
I guess that goes with being a moron.
女ほど夢見がちな生き物はいない。勝手に夢を見、勝手に傷つく。お前のような距離の男が一番女を傷つける。
That is true.
わかるまいな、貴様には。どれほどジェシカを傷つけてきたか、全く考えが及んでいまい。家具だから。
Homegirl's just a savage.
お前のたわごとに付き合う気は毛頭ない。僕を嘲笑うためだけに姿を現したというのか。
Yes, that's exactly why she showed up.
うぬぼれるな家具。貴様ごとき嘲笑うにも足りぬわ。しかしそなたも一人ではそれに値しなくても二人揃えば十分に足りる。若々しき男女の悲運を笑う喜びは何度繰り返しても飽きぬのでな。
Oh, she's just gonna kill these two jabronis?
なんだと。まさか貴様、お嬢様を。
Oh yeah. She loves you. Oh.
第二の番の生贄に寄り添う二人が必要なのでな。お前たち二人は実に都合が良い。
待て、勘違いするな。僕はお嬢様と
Yeah, you guys love each
そう
other.
いう関係じゃない。第二の番の生贄にはならない。
だからお前はジェシカを傷つける。だからお前は人間になれぬ。ならばよいだろう。貴様がジェシカを思い人と認めぬならばそれを受け入れてもよい。だがジェシカは殺す。
なぜ？
このバカが決まっておろうが。殺したらそなたが歪めるだろう。その表情が楽しいからの他に何の理由が必要なのか。
Damn, homie has no chill.
儀式に従いわらわは気まぐれに13人を生贄とする。だがそれ以上殺してはならないとの決まりはない。わらわが楽しければ幾人でも殺す。だから殺す。わらわを思いっきり笑わせてみせろよ。カグカノン。
Say. At that time, Kanon definitely heard Jessica scream. When he blinked and looked down the corridor, the witch who had supposedly been there so nonchalantly a second ago was gone. At that moment, he was just standing there all alone in the corridor, doing nothing. And the person he wanted to protect was asking for help from far away in that direction. Motherfucker, you better run! It was obvious what he should do. It wasn't logical. It was an electric reflex. Without a trace of hesitation or distraction, there was a person he wanted to protect, and she was asking for help. And at that moment, he genuinely wanted the person by her side to be him. When he flew into Jessica's room, the scene that greeted his eyes was a bizarre one. The room had become a fantastical world where a blizzard of gold-colored specks danced, almost gathering through gold leaf had been scattered as though a gold leaf had been scattered inside a snow globe. Okay, I got it. No, that's not it. I've seen this spectacle before. This isn't gold leaf. It's countless golden butterflies. Beatrice's minions. Jessica was surrounded by countless butterflies, waving her hands around, trying frantically to drive them away.
お嬢様。
カノン君、助けて。
She has a black lung. Kanon rushed towards Jessica and violently brushed the cloud of butterflies away. The butterflies, which were sickening despite their beauty, surrounded Jessica's face, trying to crawl through her mouth and nose. Ew! Jessica choked violently, almost as though the butterflies were triggering an asthma attack, mocking her. But when Kanon ran towards her, the butterflies stopped attacking and began to dance elegant rondo around the pair.
Kanon-kun! Kanon-kun!
大丈夫。僕の目の黒いうちはあなたに誰の指一本触れさせたりするものか。
Well, now you both are dying because of this.
出てこい、ベアトリーチェ。これで満足か。
As he stood guard in front of Jessica, who was using her inhaler and seemed to be in pain, Kanon yelled into the empty air. And when he did, the empty air did indeed laugh back, satisfied. And when he did, and then she showed herself. It wasn't in response to Kanon's demand. It was obviously because appearing and staring would bring them even more humiliation, and plus, it was more fun.
これで全ては筋書き通りよ。今やそなたは草上の恋よな。いや、二人が揃ったのだから、カモとネギと呼ぶべきか。
Dang! Beatrice is freaking going ham right now.
ベアトリーチェ。
お下がりください。お嬢様、僕が守る。
What is he gonna do? Some Bruce Lee cross kick over here?
姫に騎士が揃わば、魔女が現れるのは必然よ。どれ？金蔵の家具がどの程度の力を持つか、見せてもらおうではないか。
She snapped her fingers with a piercing sound. When she did, a blizzard of gold butterflies was stirred up, and they began to form a small mountain as they whirled around in a circle. It was just like the swirling of a cold, wintry wind that builds up a mountain of leaves. From that mountain of gold, a hand sprouted and it appeared, as though a resident of this world below was crawling up from beneath the ground. What? This is getting crazy.
何これ。なんだよこれ。
Some random creeper with a beard is hanging down there. Jessica couldn't comprehend what she was seeing right now, and her mouth kept flapping open and closed. It was the bite of wisdom seen in those trying to understand something incomprehensible. Oh! Yo, that guy's been hitting the gym hard. That thing crawled up and was probably an attendant who served the witch. It appeared to be wearing a uniform suitable for one who served, but its face was wrong. It looked strange. It was covered with pitch black hair, breathed rotten breath, and its eyes were filled with the same strange subterranean glow as lava. As to symbolize its non-human status, it had two horns. It was the figure of a ghost-faced attendant who served the witch. Yo, we haven't seen any of this. This shit's getting wild. Okay. By now, Jessica had no idea what she should say. All this happening in front of her couldn't be explained with common sense, and she couldn't do anything except open and close her mouth. Jessica hadn't realized. She hadn't realized that this island had already been cut off from the rules of our world. But there were some things even she could understand. This good attendant served the witch, and was her life, after her life, and apparently the witch had already given it the order. She was looking at Kanon with an expectant gaze. She looked at him with an expectant and therefore challenging gaze, as though asking him how he intended to protect this maiden. Though the attendant looked especially bestial while crawling to its feet, you could see the way it carried itself that it possessed more than enough grace to be worthy of serving the Golden Witch. And you could tell that it was overflowing with the joy of furniture, wanting to meet its master's expectations.
見せてもらおうではないか。金蔵の家具の力を。 今度は間違えるの？家具であることを忘れるな。
Furniture v furniture.
この後に及んで人間のふりを続けるのなら死ぬのはお前だけでは済まぬぞ。
The good attendant made a simple but silent respectful vow. Was it directed at its master or was it offered to Kanon, its opponent? Then, on the attendant's hand, a blade of wicked malice appeared. Oh! Oh, yo, homie's about to go in. Oh, man. I did not expect any of this. This is crazy. You guys are freaking screwed. Jessica had been unable to understand what was happening before her eyes for a while now. All she understood was that the glow in front of her existed for the purpose of ending her life. And right now, that was enough. Kanon spoke quietly to Jessica, who was hiding behind his back.
お嬢様、壁に下がっていてください。背中は決して壁から離さないように。
Just do it!
姫君はおとなしく騎士殿の背中に隠れているがいい。自らの命を男に守らせる醍醐味でも存分に味わえばよい。
I'm glad I switched over to this version in this part, because
さあ、
shit's getting
カ
wild.
ノン、お前の刃を見せてみよ。
He just has a Swiss Army knife. What? What the f-
美しい。
What in the hell?
金蔵は家具を生み出すことに関してだけは、わらわの足元に及ぶやもしれぬ。
こんなもの、バラの手入れにも使えない。
What the hell?
カノン君、それは。
見せたくなかった。
He has one for his dick too.
よくぞ抜いたぞ。思いを寄せる女の前で己が人間以下の存在であることを晒した気分はどんなものよ。
黙れ。
I had no
憤
freaking
怒で
idea.
己を焦がしているくせに冷静を装うか。なるほど。真に熱き炎は青く静かだという。今のそなたがそうだというのか。
僕の力でお前を殺すことなどできるわけもない。お前は月、石つぶてを投げたとて月を砕くことなどできるわけもない。
Maybe he used like a railgun.
お前は権限するために水面にその姿を映す。水面に石つぶてを投じれば一時。しかし月を砕くことなど至らない。だから僕はこの命尽きるまでお前の映る水面を叩き続けてやる。
So can Shannon do this too?
気に入ったぞカノン。始めろ。
I got my money on the guy on steroids, by the way. Can you just wink at him? Let's go! Oh! Let's go!
Oh. 美しい奇跡だ。
The witch's words of admiration broke the silence, and just for an instant, they broke Jessica's paralysis. probably likes Kanon more, even more now, seeing that he's a straight up badass.
私は夢を見てるの？
Nah.
来い、魔女の家具め。元来た地獄へ叩き落としてやる。
I like Kanon way better now. This is badass. Ooh, creepy. Yeah. Get him. A strand of red had been left on Kanon's cheek. The witch saw this and grinned broadly.
勘が戻らぬことを言い訳につぶやいてもよいぞ。
カノン君、しっかり。
大丈夫。僕はまだ死なない。
Come on! Oh. The curve drawn by the goat's attendant's blade drew a large arc in empty space. Kanon wasn't there. He was behind it. What? Oh!
先に帰りて。主の帰りを待つがいい。行け。
What? In this battle of drawing sparkling curves was chess. Then Kanon coming from behind was check. And press and press and press. Use 7 moves and make it mate. Perhaps the goat attendant hadn't even been granted the ability to go into death throes. As its knees buckled and it fell over and broke into a bunch of gold butterflies with a pop. So there was no sound of it hitting the ground. Even those unable to understand this matter will surely realize that Kanon had been magnificent. Kanon's gonna need definitely a BJ after this.
ハンドメイドには勝てぬか。そこまで見下げたものではないらしい。
次はお前だ。ベアトリーチェ
I mean, let's not bite off more than you can chew. The instant Kanon's blade scythed diagonally through the witch's form like a knife through butter, she turned to gold and burst. She scattered into several thousand gold butterflies, and just for an instant the room was filled with a color of twilight. It was just as Kanon himself had said. Slicing Beatrice was just the same as slicing the surface of the water where the moon was reflected. The witch's form, with an ordinary expression on its face, as though she'd been there the whole time, was right behind Kanon.
"十分に面白い見せ物であったぞ。それに免じ見逃してやろうかと思ったが、今の無礼で気が変わった。
嘘をつくな。お前にお嬢様を殺させはしない。たとえそれが無理でも、僕より先に殺させはしない。
お前にはそれすらできぬわ。喋るな、家具が。無口であれ、家具が。身の程を知れ、家具が。
カノン君は家具なんかじゃない。
ほう、なぜそう言えるのか。
理由なんかいらない。カノン君はカノン君だよ。本当の名前は別にあるけれど、それでも名前は家具じゃない。カノン君はカノン君の生き方がある。それはとても高潔なもので、自らが決めるもの。家具だから意見しちゃいけないとか、家具だから自分の人生を持っちゃいけないとか、そんなのないよ。
お嬢様、あいつを挑発してはいけません。
はっきり言っておくぜ。カノン君は家具じゃない。人間だよ。どうして？カノン君は自分の意志で私を助けに駆けつけてくれた。そして恐ろしい魔女であるあんたの前に立ちはだかってくれた。私を見捨てることなんていくらでもできただろうに、そうしなかった。自己犠牲は人間だけが持つ高潔な精神だ。だからカノン君は人間なんだ。だから訂正しろ。カノン君を家具だなんて呼ぶな、二度と。
I don't think you can really make her do
お
anything,
嬢
dude.
様、
語るな人間が。とっとと終わらせよう。何しろまだまだ第二の番。互いの尊厳を認め合う寄り添いし二人を今こそ生贄に捧げよ。
This whole thing made it so she could use him for the second Twilight.
さあさあおいでなさい。罪を許しなさい。煉獄の七杭が一つ。色欲。
The witch summoned her furniture with a mixture of laughter and anger on her face.
色欲のアスモデウス、
Oh, I like her.
ここに。
茶番は飽きた。第二の番を速やかに遂行せよ。わらわに瞬きを三つも許すな。
仰せのままに。
Another weirdo showed up. I know, that's what I was thinking too. Except this is a sexy one as opposed to like a freaking demon. It took Kanon less than an instant to understand. That ghost face, I said ghost face, from a second ago had been nothing more than a pawn of the witch. However, this newly summoned furniture was a game piece with a vastly different value.
素敵な獲物に恵まれるなんて、なんて幸運なのかしら。
Hmm.
怯えてる？かわいい。
Asmodeus.
来い、
More like Asmodeus. I'm all about this chick
魔
now.
女の家具。お前には殺されない。
私の姿を追うこともできないノロマのくせに生きがって。行くわよ。ねえねえ、どこがいい？
Mm,
どこを貫いてほしい？
not in his
お
private.
答えなさいよ、かわいい子。あなたの好きなところを思い切り
Oh,
貫い
this
てあげる。
chick's so crazy. Just my type.
さあさあ、お答えなさいよ、かわいい子。
僕を可愛いと言うな。
行くわよ、ノルマ。さあ、追ってごらん、その節穴で。
I'm guessing she's very fast. Oh. Ah.
お嬢様。
目では追えなかったけどよ。読みは当てたぜ。ざまあ。
みやがれ。
Kanon's back had been the target, but Jessica predicted it. She predicted that the witch's target would be the complete opposite of a fair and honest, his back. But she had no way to block it. She hadn't planned on it being some act of self-sacrifice. She just couldn't think of any other way to protect Kanon's back, so she could do nothing but block it with her own back. Oof. The furniture of the witch, which had changed its form into a demon's stake, was buried deep into Jessica's back. It was an obviously fatal wound that reached as far as her lungs. When she saw this, the witch let out a loud, evil laugh, because it had hit where the witch had predicted. Everything was as the witch had predicted.
どうしたカノン？ジェシカお嬢様はお前より先には殺されなかったんじゃないのか？そうそう、それその顔よ。お前のその顔が見たかった。
Beatrice isn't very nice.
楽しんだ、実に十分。もうよい、死ね笑わせろ。さあおいでなさい。罪を許しなさい。煉獄の七杭が一つ。ふんど。
Is this gonna be another hot chick?
ユンドの
Yeah!
サタン、
Oh, Satan.
ここに。
その獲物はお前のものだ。今すぐ食らって、こやつの舞台に幕を下ろしてやれ。人ならば交番とも言おうが、家具のお前の場合は、大道具係が舞台裏に運び出すといったところか。
僕はもう家具じゃない。そしてそれを二度と疑わない。
Oops, sorry guys.
なーに？あんたまた私に殺されちゃうの？あんたの胸、温かくて本当に貫くと気
Oh,
持
she's
ち
the
が
one
い
who
いの
killed him the
よ。
last time?
さあ、また味合わせて。あなたの温かい胸の中で、熱い熱い血潮で、私を思いっきり気持ちよくして。
There was no way to block it. The sound of a woodpecker filled the entire room. And before he could blink, it was already right in the center of his chest. When you take a piece in chess, the rules say that it's impossible for your opponent's piece to defend itself. So this was an obvious result in accordance with the rules. Kanon landed on his knees, and he apologized, not to the witch, and not to Milady. He apologized to Jessica.
ごめん。守りきれなかった。
Oh, she's still alive?
気にしないで。
Holy shit.
かっこよかっ
Damn right he was cool.
たよ。
Kanon finally fell over. He landed next to Jessica and the two lay there like the constellation Gemini.
カノン君はさ、もう家具じゃないよ。
はい。それに気づくのが遅すぎた。
Well, there'll probably be another loop for you.
君の本当の名前
Excuse me, Jessica, could you please speak up?
だか
僕の本当の名前は
Jethro. Oh, well, that kind of sucks. In his last moments, Kanon wanted to tell her his real name, but Jessica had already fallen asleep from which she would never wake. So Kanon's real name, which he had protected until today, in the end, he couldn't tell it to Jessica.
僕は人間な
Yeah. Those were the last words Kanon left behind. Yo, no chill.
笑わせるな、家具が。100年を経ようと、家具は家具よ。捨てるときに家具のために墓穴を掘るバカがどこにいる？家具は叩き割って薪にして、後には灰しか残らぬわ。そういうことよ。家具に刻める墓碑などない。貴様は死ねばこれ以上の屈辱を受けることがないと信じてるようだが、死者を恥ずかしめるというのがどういうものか。
After taking a puff from her pipe, the witch breathed the smoke at Kanon's corpse. When she did, Kanon's corpse softly floated up into the air and disappeared as though being eaten by a moth in empty space. The witch played dirty until the very end. The corpses of the pair who managed to understand each other in the end were not even permitted to be close. If someone had been watching, they would have probably mournfully said, "So this is what you meant by disgracing the dead." However, Beatrice was far crueler than that. The reason for that would soon become apparent. It's probably to turn the people against each other, I bet. So we will go back in time.
So ka. 始まったか。はい。
Genji looks a little bit younger, I think, in this. Even though Kinzo had received news of 6 deaths, his emotions did not waver. The expression on his face as he gazed out the window was a smile, as though his opponent in a chess game had just made a spectacular move. It was hard to imagine that such an expression could ever appear on a father who had just lost so many children at once.
ローザ様のご指示で、ゴーダとカノンが警察へ電話しております。それから親方様に以後のご指示を仰ぐようにとも仰せつかっておりますが、
That ain't gonna do shit.
いかがいたしますか。
すでにこの島は現世から切り離されているのだ。電話など何の役にも立たぬわ。
やめさせますか。
ルーレットが終わるまで何をして過ごすも自由だ。好きにさせてやれ。
はい。
そのローザ様には何とお伝えいたしましょうか。
何をして過ごすも自由だと言っておる。
Damn it, Shannon!
歌おうが踊ろうが首をつろうが逃げたぎる大釜に飛び込むも自由。
What a loving...
13人が死ぬまで好きに過ごせばよいのだ。そんなに退屈ならばなぜに 6×9 が42になるかでも考えていればいい。それが人と宇宙の神秘の答えだ。
申し訳ございません。
Shannon cowered in fright at this sudden rage. Genji made a gesture as though telling her not to speak out of turn. Shannon couldn't help but regret saying too much.
だが、自由にしてよいのはお前たちもだ。源氏、そしてシャノンも、今日までよく私に尽くしてくれた。
もったいないお言葉です。ですが
Can I make out with George?
私どもは親方様にお仕えすることを誓った家具です。いついかなる時でもおそばに控えております。最後のその時ま
で。お前たちにはすべてを話しておきたい。
Oh, sweet.
シャノン、遺言を書く。筆行を頼む。源氏はいつもの酒を頼む。
They're gonna like switch to another point of view right before he gives the will.
はい。
Nansha often recommended that Kinzo write a will of his because of his health, but each time he had, Kinzo had gone mad with rage. Ever since then, you'd think will would have been a word that Kinzo hated most. After hearing such a word come from his lips, Shannon couldn't help but doubting her ears for an instant. Shannon hurriedly prepared the side table with some writing paper. Genji followed his orders and began preparing that usual green evil drink.
準備が整いました。
何から語るか。我が生涯を語るもよいか。
Yes, please.
思い出深い対局を棋譜に残すのは楽しいこ
I
と
have
だ。
so many questions.
100年以上も昔の棋譜を読み、対局者たちの思いを探る思考の旅も実に楽しい。ならば、我が生涯の棋譜も、後世の者によって我が思いを探る旅への誘いとなるのだろうか。
What a weird guy. For a while, Kinzo pored over where he should begin, strutting all over the room with his hands behind his back.
親方様、どうぞ。
This will give him the
すま
inspiration.
んな、我が友よ。さて、我が生涯を語るには、あの魔女との出会いから記さねばなるまい。シャノン、筆記せよ。私がベアトリーチェに初めて出会ったのは、だいぶ以前。あれは昭和の何年だったか。確か、終戦の。
A long, long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. Of course, I called that, didn't I? I knew they were going to blue ball us on that. We took enough time to regain our calm. And we each swore to our parents that we'd catch the culprit. It would be a lie to say that we weren't still torn up. Even now, if we let our guards down just a little, we'd probably start going on a rampage, just like Jessica, letting our emotions show with some kind of violence. According to what Goda-san said after he got back, right now Kanon was looking after Jessica. Well, that didn't work out well. Apparently, she was still emotionally very high-strung.
そう。ありがとう。若い子の気持ちは若い子の方が汲み取れるかもしれない。今はそっとしておく方がいいんでしょうね。
ローザさん、私らにこれ以上ここにとどまってできることは何もありません。
Yeah, I would
電話は
agree.
普通でしょうが、明日になれば船が来てくれて、それで警察へ連絡できるでしょう。警察の捜査のためにもここはこのまま残すべきです。
私も南條先生に同感です。このようなところにいつまでもおられますと、お体に障ります。戻り、紅茶をお入れしましょう。
そうね。私もそれに賛成よ。バトラ君もジョージ君も、もういい？ここは閉めましょう。警察が来た時のためにも、ここはこのまま残しておいた方がいいわ。
そうですね。バトラ君、大丈夫かい？
ああ。流せる涙は流し尽くしたぜ。もう、大
It is
丈
a
夫さ。
nice church, though. The police would surely find some evidence during their thorough investigation, but we weren't adult enough to wait for that. I had investigated the chapel in my own way, trying to grab the culprit before the police had arrived. And what I figured out was absolutely nothing infuriatingly. I wasn't able to find a single hand.
さあ、出ましょう。マリア、行くわよ。
It's almost like a witch did it.
いつまでもジロジロ見ていないの。
おー。
さあさあ、マリア様。参りましょう。ここは肩を冷やします。
父さん、母さん、今日までありがとう。僕は、きっと父さんたちの期待を裏切らない男になる。
George spoke his last words of farewell to his parents. After seeing that, Battler followed suit.
親父、綺麗さ。
Just looking at their faces, it looked like they were sleeping, but that just made it even more painful. Oh.
こんな涼しすぎるところに残してくろう。許して絶対に。仇は取るぜ。絶対にな。
Spooky.
これは、何？気色の悪い落書きだね。犯人が書いたのかな？
悪趣味に過ぎますな。これはひどい。
When the door of the chapel was closed, we learned about that creepy scribble for the first time.
私たちが見つけた最初からもう書かれておりました。おそらく犯人が書いたものに違いないでしょう。
犯人は魔女だから。こりゃ悪魔を呼び出す魔法陣か何かだったのか。
Oops, sorry.
これは太陽の7の魔法陣だよ。そんなのも知らないんだね。
No, of course not.
会えた。
Who's hitting her?
こら！その気持ち悪い笑いをやめなさいといつも言ってるでしょ。
マリア、続けろ。何の意味があるんだ？
肉体的、あるいは精神的な束縛から逃れるための魔法陣だよ。そして演習部に書かれているヘブライ語は、主は私の枷を解かれました。私はあなたに感謝の生贄を捧げ、主の皆を呼ぶでしょう。
感謝の生贄？父さんたちが殺されたのは、この魔法陣のための生贄だっていうのか？
心を落ち着けてジョージ君。こんなのは犯人の挑発よ。どうせ意味なんてないわ。
Yeah,
考え
okay,
るだけ
Rosa.
心に得よ。
You were there when it happened, homie.
そして英語も書いてあるな。ハッピーハロウィン for マリア。なるほどな。それでここを開ける鍵がマリアに渡されてたと。そういうわけか。
ここは礼拝堂だしね。マリアちゃんのマリアじゃなく、聖母マリアの方の意味かもしれないよ。
I don't think so, George.
だとすれば、ハロウィンの名を語った神への冒涜とも受け取れる。悪魔と契約した魔女たちは、神の名を常に汚し続けることを誓うという。そういうセンスから言えば、これは実に魔女的な犯行だね。
詳しいのね。マリアの受け売り？
ええ、そんなとこです。
礼拝堂か。礼拝堂にわざわざ呼んで殺した。ローザおばさん。この礼拝堂には何か特別な意味とかあったんすか？
特別な意味ってどういう意味？
いや、人間6人の死体をはるばるここに運び込んで、こんな凝ったデコレーションをした。ここに6人を呼んでから殺したのか、6人を殺してからここに運び込んだのかは断定できないが、どちらにしても大きな手間がかかる。犯人にはここで6人に死んでほしいどんな理由があったってんだ。
The epitaph, homie.
そうですな。あんな凝ったことをすれば、警察が来た時不利な証拠を見つけられる可能性が非常に高いでしょう。それを犯人が見越さなかったはずもない。なら犯人はどうしてわざわざそんな手間をかけてまでこんなことをしということになりますな。
だとしたらここで出てくる疑問は一つ。6人の死体発見場所になるここにどんな意味があるのかってこ
This
と
is
だ。
actually a really good question that Battler's asking.
ここはお父様の大切な礼拝堂だったの。私が子供の頃からここに立ち入ってはいけないと厳しく言われていたわ。
おお、マリアも前にここに来てものすごい怒られた。おお。
大切な礼拝堂？後宮本家にとって何か縁のある？
わからないの。お父様はこの礼拝堂をとても神聖視していて、何度か化粧直しの工事をさせるくらい大事にしていたわ。でもみんなも知っての通り、お父様は黒魔術が大好きなくらいで敬虔な信者だったわけじゃない。ここで神に祈りを捧げてたなんて聞いたこともない。
私の知る限りでもここに親方様がいらっしゃったことはありません。私たちもここを開かずの礼拝堂と呼んで、そのお化け屋敷のような感じで不気味悪く思っておりました。
お父様自身全く近づかなかったのに、なぜか年に何度か使用人たちに大掃除をさせていたわ。常に清潔にしていて、まるでいつ使用する時が来てもいいようにという感じだった。
にもかかわらず開かずの礼拝堂ってか。不謹慎だが面白い響きじゃねえか。南條先生はじい様の古い友人なんだって。 そのあたりの経緯を聞いたことは？
ずいぶん昔に聞いたことがありますが、何と言ってはぐらかされたか忘れました。そうそう、こんなことを言っておりましたっけ。いつか自分もあそこで祝福を受けることもできるかもしれない。しかしそれは奇跡でも起きない限り訪れないと。
どういう意味だろうな。
I almost wonder if the gold is maybe hidden there or something.
礼拝堂ですることってなんだ？まさか自分の葬式ってんじゃねえだろうな。
金蔵さんに限ってそんなはずは。死後のことより生きている今に一生懸命な方でした。しかしそのせいで遺産問題をこじれさせる種としてしまったようですがな。
あと礼拝堂ですることってなんだろうな。
Get married?
祈り？懺悔も礼拝堂だっけ？何にしろうさんくさいね。
どういう理由かわからないけれど、おじい様にとってその南條先生の言っていた通り、奇跡でも起きない限り祝福を受けられないというのは、この礼拝堂を建てた時から決められていた宿命のようだね。
どうしてそんなことがわかるの？
ほら、あそこにはっきり記されてます。ほ
What?
ら、あそこに。
George pointed to a relief with rusted gold letters on the arch above the door. It looked like some message had been written there in English. The rust made it clear that the message had been there ever since the chapel's construction.
英語は弱いぜ。何？ This door is opened only at probability of？ すまねえ、英語ダメだ。
I gave up after failing to finish the first of the two lines. It looked like the others could read it properly.
確かこれは M, B, T, Q だから、いくつのことだっけ？確かとにかくこれはすごいよ。両手の指じゃとても足りない。
Adding up all the fingers on both hands doesn't even get you close.
確かに奇跡でも起こらないとダメだね。
Wait, I'm confused.
ですな。何事も博打的に例えたがった昔の金蔵さんらしい言い方です。
I missed something.
なんだみんな読めたのかよ。誰か俺にも意味を教えてくれ。
Alright, Maria's gonna help me out here.
英語くらい勉強しなよ。この程度読めないでよく高校に入れたね。あいたあいたあいたあいた。
余計なお世話だぜ。それでなんて書いてあるんだ？
Mind your own business. Now tell me what's written there.
ざっとこんなところだよ。この扉は奇跡が起きない限り開かれない。
Oh, because of the golden land.
あなたは奇跡が起きない限り祝福されない。おじいさまの魔術は天文学的低確率を基礎とする。つまりこの扉が開かれる奇跡はおそらくものすごい膨大な魔力を必要とするに違いないよ。
よーし、ご苦労。もう黙っていいぞ。ローザおばさん、 マリアを英会話教室に通わせてたんすか？
Probably not. She just knows from
やっ
Beatrice.
ぱ、英語は幼いうちからやんないとダメなんだな。
開かずの礼拝堂か。魔女ベアトリーチェは、本当に魔女だったかはともかく、何十年も前に実在した女性で、おじい様の愛人だったと囁かれる人だ。
これは私の勝手な想像ですが、
Oh, Goda, yeah.
お方様はベアトリーチェ様を
Oh, okay. That
き
is
っと
true.
深く愛しておいでだったのでしょう。しかし、すでにご結婚されていて、結ばれることはできなかった。
なるほどな。死んだベアトリーチェが奇跡の魔法で蘇れたなら、ばあ様が死んでる今、大手を振って結婚できるわけだ。で、この礼拝堂で結ばれようと、そういうメルヘンチックな話だというわけなのか？
そう高等無形な話とも思えないわね。
Okay,
お父様が
Rosa.
今なおベアトリーチェを深く愛しているのは周知の事実。あと気味が悪いとは言ったけれども、礼拝堂の内装はとても華やかだった気がするの。お父様が死んだ愛人との結婚式を夢見てこの礼拝堂を建てたという想像は
Okay.
案外外れてい
That
な
was
いかも
actually
しれない。
useful.
この礼拝堂を建てたその当時から、おじい様はこの教会を使うことは生涯ないことを知っていたのだろうね。でも何かの奇跡で魔女が蘇る。そしてもしもその奇跡が起こったなら、ここで結ばれようと思った。
なるほど。そう考えると、確かにここはベアトリーチェ様にとっても大変意味のある場所ということになりますね。決して開かれぬ礼拝堂と知りつつ、悲しい恋の話です。
Even though Goda-sama was even bigger than me, his words were touching. Everyone was silent, but it seemed that they all agreed with that view.
開かぬ礼拝堂と知りながら、それでもなお奇跡の日を夢見ていたのでしょうな。金蔵さんは若い日にはとてもロマンチストな方だった。わかる気がします。
Okay, I'm gonna stop here for today, but this was this is probably my favorite episode I've done so far. There's just like shit really got real. We have so many like the like weird like goat head like steroid dude Kanon being able to like summon a sword on his hand, and then Beatrice summoning those two sexy chicks to like kill Kanon and Jessica. Pretty crazy. I'm assuming he's having, I think it was Kanon's body go missing, so it looks like maybe Kanon killed Jessica, and people are kind of using that as like some weird thing that maybe Kanon ran away and it's gonna like turn people against each other. I don't know. That's kind of what I'm thinking right now. But yeah, awesome episode. But yeah, guys, let me know what you thought about it in the comments below, and yeah, I'll start uploading these again more regularly now that I got my pup and I'm figuring out stuff with her. So thanks, guys.